Are you preparing for your driving license test, or do you simply want to become a safer and more responsible driver? In this video, we will cover the most important RTO driving rules, traffic signs, road safety regulations, and legal responsibilities every driver in India should know. Stay till the end because these questions are commonly asked in learner's license and driving license assessments. Let's begin. Module 1: Signals, Traffic Lights and Control Signals. What is the explicit meaning of a red traffic light? Stop. What does a solid yellow traffic light signify? Prepare to stop. What does a solid green traffic light signify? Proceed if safe. What is the meaning of a flashing red signal? Stop, scan, and proceed if safe. What does an amber flashing light indicate? Proceed with caution. Do manual traffic police signals override automated traffic lights? True. Police overrides automation. Module 2: Lane Positioning and Basic Overtaking. On which side of the road must vehicles drive in India? Left side. Overtaking a vehicle should normally be done from which side? Right side. What should you do before executing a lane change? You must check mirrors and signal first. What is indicated by a continuous solid white line? It indicates that lane change is prohibited. What does a broken white lane line signify? It signifies that overtaking is allowed if safe. What must you ensure before starting an overtaking maneuver? You have to ensure that the road ahead is clearly visible. Module 3: Directional Restrictions and Prohibitions. What does a one-way traffic sign mean? It indicates that traffic is in only one direction. Is overtaking permitted at a pedestrian crossing? It is prohibited. Is driving against the designated one-way traffic flow illegal? True, it is strictly illegal. Does a double solid white line mean crossing is prohibited? True, no crossing is allowed. Is wrong side driving classified as dangerous under the law? True, it is extremely dangerous. Is overtaking on blind curves considered unsafe? True, it is considered unsafe and must be prohibited. Module 4: Regulatory and Informational Shapes. What is the geometrical shape of a stop road sign? Octagonal. What is indicated by a triangular road sign? A warning. Circular signs on the road generally indicate what category? Mandatory or prohibition? What does a school ahead traffic sign warn you about? It warns us that children crossing ahead. There is children crossing ahead. Road signs with a blue background usually provide what? They provide information. What is indicated by a black and white striped pole? Static road obstruction. Module 5: Sign Compliance and Accident Reduction. What does a red boarded horn sign with a cross mark mean? No horn or silence zone. What is the ultimate purpose of installing traffic signs? Maximize road safety. Do road lane markings exist to guide and direct motorists? True. What does a red cross mark over a parking sign indicate? Parking is not allowed. Must traffic signs be strictly obeyed under law at all times? True. Does responsible driving reduce accident rates on public roads? True. Module 6: Vehicle Dynamics and Speed Management. What action should be taken when approaching a curve? You must slow down the vehicle speed. What does the term tailgating mean? It means following a vehicle too closely. What must you do if a tire suddenly bursts at high speed? You must hold steering wheel firmly. No rapid brakes. What is the ultimate reason speed limits are instituted? Ensuring human safety. Can sudden hard braking cause a vehicle to skid? True. When must a safe trailing distance be maintained? Always. There are no exceptions. Module 7, Roadway Speeds and Control Demands. What speed is required when negotiating a blind turn? You must reduce speed. Must your driving speed always match prevailing road conditions? True. What is the required action when crossing a speed breaker? You must slow down. You have to minimize the velocity. Must a vehicle be roadworthy before operating on public lanes? True. Must a vehicle's brakes be checked regularly for efficiency? True. Does driving safely protect both the driver and everyone else? True. Module 8, Driver Credentials and Cabin Safety. Seat belts are mandatory for which vehicle occupants, driver and all passengers. Using a mobile phone while driving a vehicle is strictly prohibited. What plate must a learner's license holder display on the vehicle? Red L sign board. What is the minimum age to obtain an LMV driving license? 18 years of age. A helmet is compulsory for whom on a two-wheeler? Rider and pillion riders. Is a child allowed to sit in the driver's lap while driving? Strictly forbidden. Module 9, Occupant Restraints and Vehicle Fitness. Do seat belts mathematically reduce severe injury risks in crashes? True. Is a seat belt proven to save lives during a collision event? True. Is overloading a vehicle with goods or passengers prohibited? True. Does safe vehicle driving demand total driver concentration? True. Should emergency exits in passenger vehicles ever be blocked? True, they must remain clear. Do traffic rules apply equally to all public road users? True, it applies to everyone. Module 10, Night Driving, Rain and Low Visibility. Fog lights are primarily used during what conditions? Heavy fog and visibility deficits. Should headlight high beams be dipped for oncoming cars? True. What kind of distance is required from leading cars in rain? Greater inter-vehicle distance. Does a vehicle's stopping distance increase on wet roads? True, because friction coefficient drops. Must a vehicle's headlights be activated when driving at night? Yes, they are mandatory after sunset. Does night driving demand heightened alert and defensive focus? True. Module 11, Cabin Preparation and Indicator Protocols. Rear view mirrors on a vehicle exist explicitly to observe the traffic flow behind. What should you check immediately before launching the engine? Vehicle surroundings and blind spots. Indicators on a vehicle must always be deployed when turning or initiating lane changes. Must indicator lights be turned off immediately after a turn is made? Yes. Should tire pressure status be examined at regular intervals? True. Must driver cabin mirrors be adjusted before putting a car in motion? True. Module 12, Vehicle Parking Laws and Prohibitions. Vehicle parking is strictly illegal near what road junctions? Near intersections and corners. Parking a vehicle on a public pedestrian footpath is illegal. Is parking near a public fire hydrant prohibited by law? True. It is strictly illegal. Is vehicle parking on bridges or elevated flyovers prohibited? True. Must the vehicle horn be displayed responsibly at all times? True. Should a vehicle's headlights be kept clean and debris free? True. Module 13, Official Documents and Vehicle Legality. Registration plate state, it must be clearly visible. PUC status, it is mandatory. Vehicle insurance status compulsory. Uninsured status, it's an offense. Carry driving license compulsory. Document audit authority, authorized officer. Fitness search for transport, true. License suspension state, true. It's a serious offense. Module 14, right of way and manual hand signals. Zebra crossings are specifically designed for pedestrians. Where is vehicle horn usage strictly forbidden under RTO code? Near schools and hospitals. Who maintains the absolute right of way at zebra crossing? Pedestrians. What is manual hand signal for a right turn? Extend right arm straight out. What is the manual hand signal for slowing down? Wave right arm gently up and down. Should pedestrians use footpaths where provided? True. Module 15, critical roadside incidents and breakdowns. Emergency vehicles must be given absolute row and priority. Correct protocol at an unmanned railway crossing is you have to stop, exit, look, and listen first. The primary purpose of a vehicle's first aid box is physical emergency victim care. What is placing a red triangle behind a broken vehicle? Explicit hazard warning to others. Should accident victims be rendered immediate medical help? True. Is reflective triangle use compulsory during breakdown events? True. Module 16, mental demands. Operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol is prohibited, and it's a criminal offense. What is the exact definition of defensive driving? You must be proactive, you must be alert and safe. You must drive safe. How does fatigue affect vehicle driving performance? Severely degrades and affect negatively. Does alcohol consumption fundamentally impair driving judgment? True. Is distracted driving classified as dangerous by road laws? True. Should emotional road rage be avoided to ensure safety? True. If you found this video useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, traffic rules are not just for passing your driving test. They exist to protect lives. Drive safely, respect the law, and make our roads safer for everyone. See you in the next video.